Good morning, everyone. It's Karen Whooley. Welcome to the Morning Hook. Today is Wednesday, so of course it's WIP Wednesday, and I'm going to share with you today everything that's on my hook and my needles. I do have a knitting project to share with you today. Um, but before we get started, if you're new here, make sure you like and subscribe so that you get notified every time I go live. Forgot to mention that yesterday in my live stream. And also ring the bell so that you do get the notifications. And I go live every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. talking about all things crochet. And it could be anything. It could be sharing my whips like today. It could be a book review. It could be just my thoughts on something that's happening, or it could be a topic of interest. So if you do have a topic you'd like me to cover, make sure you put it in the comments. And I look at all of those every day. And I want to make sure that everything I do is something that you guys want to see. So let's talk about whips today. So last week I was unable to share what I'm working on because I was gone. I was on the Alaskan cruise and I did a lot of things on the Alaskan cruise, but I wanted to show you first my knitting project because I have done nothing, but I wanted to show you that it's still here in progress. So I'm hoping in the next couple weeks I'll be able to work on this. If not, for sure, when I travel to Memphis for the Crochet Guild of America's retreat, I'll probably bring this with me to do on the plane. This is the Oxbow sock from Drea Renee Knits, or Andrea Mowry, if you know her that way. The yarn is Knitting McPurley's. It was a custom color, not a custom, but it was a limited edition colorway for January 2025. January is my birthday month, so I had to get it because the colors were just so pretty. They're kind of icy. This is the cuff and the leg. I've got 10 more rows on the leg before I can start the heel. One of the things, if you're a knitter, one of the things I do is I use these. Actually, I have, yeah, there's 40. Yeah, here's the other one. It's popping over. It's 10 more rows, and then I can do the heel. But I use these little light bulb style stitch markers to mark every 10 rows, so I know that my socks are going to be the right length on both socks. So I just wanted to show that. I just saw Kelly popped in. Good morning, Kelly. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here live. I'm really excited to see you here. So for those of you who know me, I love socks, knitted or crocheted. You guys saw last week my books on crocheted socks. So you know how much I love crocheted socks. I also like to have a mindless knitting pattern going as well. So usually I have 1 to 2 pairs of socks going at all times. If I have 2, it's going to be 1 crochet and 1 knit. So that is my knitting project. Okay. So the second project is crochet. And this one actually, I'm kind of excited to show you because this was actually one of the classes I taught on the boat when we were going to Alaska. I want to just make sure you can see the yarn and the colors here. It's all tangled right now. This hasn't come out of the box since I started working on it. So, okay, so this is my reversible shell scarf. It's worked in 2 colors. So one side's more dominant one color, one side's more dominant the other. And I just need to do a shout out to Knitting Fever. They sponsored this class for me. This is the Ella Rae. Let me pull up a skein here really quick for you. There it is. I'm going to pull out the gray. This is the Ella Rae Cashmere Merino Sport. It's extra fine merino wool and cashmere, and it's a DK weight, which you guys know this is the heaviest I usually go these days with crochet is DK weight, and it's perfect for this scarf. Now, this is a class I teach. It's not a pattern that I offer. It probably will do a virtual class in this coming fall. I've got plans to do it as a class for fall. So if you're interested in learning how to do this, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. The newsletter subscription is in the description of this video. So make sure you're subscribed so that you know when the class registration goes live. But what I like about it is that it works in 2 layers. I don't know if you can see here. I'm going to try to get it as close as I can. It's putting 2 layers together. So one side you're working one color and the other side you're working the other color. But the way this has worked, you can kind of see through each side. Now, I teach this as a scarf, but this makes a really great baby blanket, even a lap gown, or you could even use it if you wanted to as a reversible top. I find it's a little too thick because of using the DK, but I bet if I did it in fingering weight, it would be a lot of fun to wear. And actually, that just gave me an idea. So anyway, that is my first crochet project that I wanted to show you. It was so much fun. There's actually one person in the class that finished the scarf on the boat, like the day after the class, it was done. I have another student who was almost done when we got off the boat. So I'm assuming she's gotten, it's either done or very close to being done since she got home. So I'm really excited about that one. Okay, so the last project, I've shown this to you before, but I've gotten a lot farther on it. This is, I had talked about the Twisted Ambitions Full Spectrum Yarn Club that I'm a part of this year, where every month the song or the yarn I receive is based on a music thing, and they all kind of blend together. And so I am working on the 4th month's color. So that was April's color. Right now, I still have May and June to add to this. But as many of you have seen, I am doing this is fingering weight yarn, and I am doing a fingering weight blanket because this is a club that I'm doing for me. You guys know how much I love music. And so far, Ross has kicked it out of the park, hit it out of the park. It is, the colors are great. The songs are great. I mean, this is like growing up again with the music. So I'm going to show you here really quick. So the top here is April, and then this one in here is March, and then the blue here is February, and the bottom was January. And I'm doing a ripple stitch. It's a beautiful, these variegated yarns I wanted to see how the colors shook out for the first few months before I actually started something with it. And this is just from the beginning, it said you need to make a color blocked blanket. And I chose a ripple stitch because what I really wanted to do is mimic the melody of music. I mean, you know, music, a lot of it, the reason we love it is sometimes it's the melody, sometimes it's the words. But for me, music is a melody of my life, I guess is the best way to put it. And so I thought the ripple stitch, because there's the crescendos and it goes down and up and down and up. I don't know how else to say it. So that is why I chose a ripple stitch. So kind of, not only does it have the spectrum of different bands. So like, for example, the purple was Purple Rain, Prince. The blue in February was Sound and Vision by David Bowie. The March color was Somebody to Love by Queen. And then April is Another Brick in the Wall by Pink Floyd. And then next month, I believe, I can't remember what next month's, oh, I have it back here. Or I did have it back here. Let's see. I have them still back here. Oh yeah, here we go. So each colorway came with a postcard talking about all the colors. So next, so May's color was Michael Jackson. They don't really care about us. I forgot about Michael Jackson. And then June's color is I'm Still Standing by Elton John. So it's a really fun club. He's working on getting July's out, so I should have it sometime next week, I'm hoping. So hello Pandas Baked Crochet. Thank you for the comment. It is a beauty. It's actually turning out really well. I have yet to make a blanket for myself. Isn't that funny? And so this is for me. And it's really funny because I'm working on this in summer and it's already hit the 90s here in the Tri-Cities in Washington. And so I like roasting making this. On the boat, it was nice because it was cooler in Alaska, but now it's really, really warm. So I do want to get April done by the end of the week so I can get into May next week. It's taking me about 3 days per color to get through this. I only have a couple hours every evening while we're watching TV. So that's when I'm getting my crochet time in for that. This is kind of my TV project because now I've got the ripple memorized. It's a 2-row repeat. So that is hopefully by next week, you'll have seen May's color coming in. So anybody here, want to tell me what you're working on? What's on your hook or on your needles? I'd love to hear about it. Just for just a little sidebar here, I do have some other projects that are in different phases of completion for new patterns that are coming out. So I can't share those, but I will soon. There's one that I really want to share, and that needs to be a little farther along before I can share it. So, but in the meantime, what are you guys working on? Anybody have something fun? I know I can't see it, but I'd love to hear about it. So, if anybody wants to share. Also, behind the scenes, I don't know how many of you are subscribed to my newsletter. I highly, highly, highly recommend getting on my newsletter because that's where you get all the news first. Here, because this is such a public space, I don't always get to chat about things that I'm working on. So the newsletter's a really good way to get to know me and what I do. So Petal and Pearl says she's working on a sunburst granny score blanket with a Grady. Ooh, very cool. Ooh, that's very, very cool. I like that. And Chris is here. Good morning. You're working on the Ocean Wave socks and beanies for donation. Cool. For those of you who don't know Ocean Wave socks, that is part of my summer of socks this summer. I am doing 3 socks, June, July, and August. June's almost over. You can still purchase the Ocean Wave socks. You're just going to be too late to enter to win sock yarn at the end of the month. But July and August, July's pattern will drop on July 1st, and on it will be all the information that you need to know about how to win sock yarn for the July socks, and you can do it again in April, not April, August. I'm wishing it was April because I'm missing that weather right now. It's too hot for me. Anyway, so June's almost done. July is coming on July 1st, and then August 1st, there'll be the 3rd pattern, and you get a chance each month to enter to win yarn to make more socks. So stay tuned for that. I'll probably talk about Ocean Waves later this week. I just saw someone else come on. Panda's Baked Crochet is working on a Tunisian blanket. Never done socks before. Oh, you should try it. It's a lot easier than you think. If you're interested in learning about socks, I do have 2 books on socks, or 3 books actually, because I do have one from Leisure Arts as well. I just don't sell that in my store. I only sell the other 2 because those are self-published. But the other thing I do have is if you go to my website under courses or under learn, let me see if I can get there. Hang on one second and I'll share it with you. 1 second. Why is it taking so long? Learn, under learn, and you look at virtual classes or self-paced classes. And I'm going to share this screen with you guys. So hang on. Share screen. There we go. So if you go up to the top of my website, you should be able to see this. There's learn, and then go to self-paced classes. You'll see I have Sock School 101. That is a self-paced class I offer. If you click on that image, it will bring you to this page, which will tell you about how to what to expect in the class. It'll be your very first pair of socks. It's a class. You purchase it for $79 and you have it forever. You can always go back over and rewatch videos and things like that as well. So that's just something to think about if you're interested in doing a class on crocheted socks. That's just something to think about. So anyway, I'm going to remove that and go back up here. That's just something to think about. I do offer self-paced classes. There'll be more coming out. I'm hoping for one in the fall. It's not 100% sure. I'm traveling a lot this summer with teaching. In fact, this week I am doing a presentation in July on self-publishing for the Crochet Guild of America's retreat that I'm traveling to this July. And so this week is going to be starting this morning. I need to finish up my talk on self-publishing, and I have to create all of the slide decks for the presentation. So I'm going to be working on that behind the scenes a lot. So that's pretty cool. And I just saw Kelly saying she needs to sign up for my newsletter. Definitely do that. When you sign up, you will automatically get my understanding patterns guide. Right now, that's what is being sent to all my new subscribers. And one of the things I should mention about being on my newsletter is that if I come up with something new that I give away to new subscribers, my current subscribers automatically get that. So I do have a new guide coming out. It'll be coming out probably in the fall, called Understanding Color, and it'll talk about how to put color together in crochet and how to think about the color wheel and all that kind of stuff. So if you're interested in that, you will get that as a newsletter subscriber automatically. So that's just something to think about when I do stuff like that. Also, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. And I'll be talking about it more in my newsletter. My website's changing right now. It's in a state that is not quite where I want it to be just yet. It's getting there. I'm getting there. Let's just put it that way. So all the new things that come out, the newsletter always hears about it first. So make sure you signed up for that. Again, my newsletter is, you can just go to KarenWhooley.com/subscribe. I believe that's still a link. I've changed a few things, so that might not be the link, but go to my newsletter, go to my website, go to the link in the show notes below, and you'll be able to subscribe. Okay. Well, I'm going to sign off for now. I think I showed you everything I'm working on, and we talked a little bit about what you guys are working on. I'm so excited to hear about people doing Tunisian blankets. Everybody's doing some great stuff out there. So thanks for being here this morning. I am so excited. If you're new, watching after the fact, make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the bell if you haven't already, whether you're subscribed or not, to get notified to when I go live. I go live every Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m. Pacific time. And I will be here tomorrow. I'm not sure what the topic is. I have a couple ideas. I just have to firm it up because one will be Thursday, one will be Friday. So stay tuned for that. As soon as I know, the links will go up. But have a great day, everybody. I will see you soon. And happy Wednesday. It's hump day. Talk to you later. Bye, y'all.